This is a nightmare that we are not waking up from. We have an idiot.
Madam Vice President.
What you got?
President Trump had a press conference today. He talked about a lot of things. Wonder if you have a reaction to what he's talking about.
Well, I'm glad that he's finally agreed to a debate on September 10th. I'm looking forward to it, and hope he shows up.
Are you open to more debate?
I am happy to have that conversation about an additional debate for after September 10th, for sure.
He proposed two more debates.
Like I said, happy to have that conversation.
Why do you think he pulled out of the debate with you? Why do you think
I am beyond trying to speculate about how he thinks. What
Michael,
else?
Can you comment on some of his other criticisms? He made a whole litany of them today. Some of them are about your...
I was too busy talking to voters. I didn't hear them.
Some of the criticism has been about your vice presidential pick and his leaving the National Guard at 24 years. Vance said that he deserted his own troops or his own colleagues. What's your take on that?
Listen, I praise anyone who has presented themselves to serve our country. And I think that we all should.
Madam Vice President, there's been a lot of questions about when you're going to sit down for your first interview since being the nominee. Do you have any update on that?
I've talked to my team. I want us to get an interview scheduled before the end of the month.
Thank you.
What do you make about the attack on your husband?
I'm trying to go back to Kamala Harris. So as you guys know, she actually recently finally came out and did I won't even call it a press conference. It was a talk to the press while on the tarmac. We're going on 20 days since she was, I won't even say elected, since she was pushed forward by the elites in the Democrat Party to represent them as for president. 20 days. No, she has not taken any questions from the press. She has not done any interviews. And finally, she did this quick interview, which was not even a real interview.
This is a nightmare that we are not waking up from. We have an idiot that might possibly become the United States president. First of all, she shouldn't be there in the first place. I don't think women should ever be the president of the United States. I'm just going to be blatant with you. I don't think women should ever be in that leadership position. Now, the founders never said that women couldn't be president, but I don't think that women should be president for a multiplicity of reasons, right? Now, to simply just address her being on the tarmac, for people who don't know, the silly woman was in the car, the limo, for 30-something minutes, preparing for what? What was she preparing for? Nothing. She was preparing for nothing. 70 seconds. You called it. 70 seconds. She was preparing for nothing. You know what she was doing in that limo? And I did many videos on this, and I showed so many clips of this. She was drinking. We have an alcoholic that might be president. There are so many clips of her drunk, daisy-eyed. I would even argue she's probably smoking weed. Now, she's known for her word salads. Tell me I'm lying.
Yeah, you're right.
She's known for what has become that little stupid statement. She's an alcoholic. Her brain is probably more than fried. Other than being an attorney, I don't think that this woman really knows anything. And I keep saying this, and you know, I don't want to lose your female audience here, but I gotta say this, man. A lot of women aren't really into a multiplicity of different things compared to men. Men have to be. So here goes my thing. Do you think that this woman has the ability to be the commander-in-chief of the military? How could she be the commander-in-chief of the military? How many women can tell you about NORAD? How many women can tell you about defense? How many women can tell you about? I'm not saying that women can't do it, but these are things that men are generally into. I'm not saying that women aren't, but this is a position that takes a level of high level intellect and critical thinking and observation. She's not going to have the respect of the military. First of all, the military is already demoralized anyway. She's not going to have the respect of local law enforcement. She's not going to have the respect. She already wants to usurp the Supreme Court. That's what Biden literally said a few weeks ago. We're going to reform the courts. So this lady, I'm telling you, she was in. This is a coup d'état that has happened on American soil. This is a coup to install an idiot, and not saying that because she's a woman, she's an idiot, but to install an idiot in office so that the powers that be can do whatever they want to do with this country through nefarious means. The woman I've challenged my own people on my channel, all these liberals that call in. Show me a video where this woman sounds coherent. Show it to me. Show it. You can email it to me. Show me the videos of this woman down at the border, because supposedly she was the border guard. Show it to me. Show me a video of this woman when she's not kicking it with college kids at the goddamn. See, there I go.
No, I agree.
Show me a video of this woman not doing. I'm about to land the plane real quick because I get fired up when I think about this cackling woman. Winners can party, right? Losers don't party. Losers should never party. What are you having a hip hop party for at the vice president's mansion? What are you having a hip hop party for? Are you winning? Are you doing your job? What are you having black college students coming to the governor's? I mean the vice president's mansion for, kicking it with sororities and fraternities. Oh, I'm an AKA and blah blah blah. And what are you talking about? You should be more concerned with the economy and this inflation. A loaf of bread costs $50,000 now. You should be more concerned with, hey, we need to bring manufacturing jobs back to America. Hey, we have a problem with recruitment in the military. But what does she do? She's kicking it. And I can't stand that woman. And then here goes another thing. And I'm not here to bash women. God knows I'm not. The cackling and the laughing and just imagine 4 years of hearing this, man. I'm telling you, this is going to be so bad having this woman in office. And I'm about to land a plane on this one. Historically, presidents have been tall. It's an unwritten rule amongst men. Hey, I'm a short guy, right? I'm not saying all tall men are honorable and mighty, but there is an appearance with that.
Of course.
Why in the hell, or who in the hell is gonna, and no disrespect to anybody who's short, I mean women, but this woman's 5'3", 5 foot, I think 5'3". Can you imagine how that's gonna look on a real scale for the first time? This short little woman walking into a room. Can you imagine Xi Jinping, who's what, 6 foot? Can you imagine other real leaders looking at this and seeing how? First of all, we had a senile president who didn't know what year he was in half the time. Now you're gonna have this midget, no offense, as the president. It's a nightmare. I can't believe I'm living in. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love this country, but this seems to be some sort of nightmare that I have not waken up from. I wish I could wake up and say, oh, that was the easiest way to escape this nightmare. But I'm not. Every day I wake up and I think that this is a nightmare and that people will vote for her.
Yeah.
70 seconds. 70 seconds. Sorry, please, ladies in the chat, please don't unsubscribe. I'm not here to bash women.
No, I think a lot of, believe it or not, I think a good portion of women agree with you. You know, we don't necessarily want a woman as president, and especially of all women. I certainly don't want her as president. Yeah, Blanca, I have to get you in here again. No substance answer questions. We didn't hear about inflation. We didn't hear about the border, and she certainly didn't give any great answers. What are your thoughts?
Well, this is again another angry woman, and it doesn't matter her color, it doesn't matter her heritage, doesn't matter that her parents are from India. It does not matter. Actually, she is more concerned about her company than the economy. Mm-hmm. She really is. I understand that she invited Hispanics at the vice president residence. Somebody I know was there. And he told me that she was like, you're in my house. I can't believe that you're in my home. You're in my house. This is my home. I said, really? And he was there and told me, and he was almost about to say, can I see the deed on this house? Whose name is on it? She literally just, I mean, and her husband was there, and he was like, like jumpy. He's very, he's scared. He's scared. He's scared. He is not. He is not someone who, I mean, someone say, hello, nice to meet you. He was like, hi. And I mean, why? Because in this, I agree, in certain circles, this is a panel, this is a conversation, we are sharing, we have audience that is engaging in this, but there are certain things that truly a liberal woman will decimate this country. This woman is ready to crush. And unfortunately, too many are still believing that if a person is a woman, let's give her a chance. And I don't care if I lose my job saying this. I really don't. But there is a reason why she does not have children. There is a reason why she doesn't have children. And I'll tell you, a woman that does not have children when she's married, unless there's something that I just find that is very disturbing. This is a selfish, I was going to say selfish, and she is Kamala Lawlessness. That's what I call her. Kamala Lawlessness. That is what I call her.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you 100% on that. Specifically on the lack of children. Honestly, I didn't know she didn't have children until recently. I thought that daughter of hers was her biological daughter. But I agree. I have always said, again, I'm not talking about anyone with medical issues or things like that. But me, myself, I remember before having children, how I was. You don't think about other people. You think about yourself first. There is a selfishness there. Children soften you. And they do make you sort of think about other things. And not only that, you understand that you have a stake in what happens to the future because you have someone there that's going to be here, and you want to make this place a better place. And so, the fact that she doesn't have children, it is alarming to me as well. And but we know who's pushing behind her. The same people who are leading the Black community, the same people who are leading Black churches. It's Black women. It's Black women. And we see what has happened to the Black community with that, don't we? Single mothers are at the forefront and heads of many of these households, and our households and communities are failing. They are not thriving. And now we're going to do instead of bringing daddy back to the White House, President Trump, we're trying to we're going to become a single mother nation. Okay? And bring in this cackling, lying woman. And we're going to see how our country will go down a road. And I don't even know if we'll be able to come back. So, and I'm not trying to offend anyone there, but again, I don't agree. I agree with you, Chaotic Truth. I don't think a woman should lead this nation as well, either. I really don't. And we've seen that in our communities. We don't have male pastors. You can't find, these churches are full of women now. They're leading all types of ministries. They're leading the churches. We got all these female teachers. And we see what they're doing to the schools, sexualizing the children. Some of them sleeping with the children. I mean, it's a mess. It is a mess. And now we're going to bring that to the whole country. Doomed. So there we have it there. But again, 20 days. She hasn't taken any questions. Now they have this debate coming up. So they do have a debate coming up. I believe it's September 10th, I want to say.
Yes, it's my birthday, and that would be the greatest. Yes, I cannot wait to see Donald Trump on my birthday. My birthday. Maybe I'll rent a place. My 53rd for the 47th. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that. Yes, September 10th.
I'll be there.
But there may be one September 4th, I understand. I believe September 4th. But 70 seconds. We haven't heard in almost 3 weeks. And then she said a press conference will set something up by the end of the month. There's still 20 days. There's still 20 days before the end of the month.
Right.
And I until I have to say it, verdad caótica. I love it. I love it in Spanish. Until verdad caótica. Until he said about the drinking, now that because I don't examine body language, I'm not an expert, but a lot of people do isolate, and they kind of just they're kind of almost cruising, like floating, and I believe that there is something there, because alcoholics, I don't know what kind of pain she's trying to numb or anything, but I truly believe that is, I would say, I believe that 91% right now, that I believe that she has a problem with substance abuse. I really do. I really do.
I want to ask you, Chaotic Truth, because we see, it's been 20 days. She has not taken, any significant questions from the press. She hasn't done any interviews. Do you think the American people are going to go for this? Will they continue to support her, and she has failed to bring about her stance on issues? She hasn't even put anything on her website. She's just asking for money. What are your thoughts there?
To answer your question, no. The average American is a damn idiot. The average American, 80, what was it? How many votes did Biden supposedly get or allegedly get? Was it 80 million?
I was 7. Yeah.
Let's assume that there was no fraudulent activity taking place, and 81 million people really did. Well, that just lets me know that 81 million people are dumb. And it also means that a lot of other people didn't even vote. When I am out and about, this is what people are doing all day long. Mm-hmm. Playing Candy Crush. Candy Crush. Can you imagine this? Adults, grown damn adults, playing Candy Crush, playing stupid games, looking at stupid videos on TikTok. You ask the average American, hey, what's the First Amendment? I bet the average American doesn't even know what the First Amendment is. I bet you the average American can't even name one of the founders. One of the founders. The average American is not into politics, to believe it or not. And it seems this way because you guys are in a political spectrum. It does seem this way, right?
Yeah.
It seems this way, but the average American could care less. So when it comes to going out to vote, they don't care that Kamala hasn't given a speech in 20 days. They don't care. The average, hey, walk down the street. Hey, average American, do you care if Kamala's giving a speech? Man, what? They don't even have an answer for you. And
care if she's dancing and they're dancing. They have what's his name?
Meg the Stallion.
Yeah.
And so there was a female, conservative female. I forgot her name. She's a Hispanic girl. What's her name? I think her name is Siwa. I can't remember her name. She was at Kamala's event. Now she has no reason to lie. She said right after Meg the Stallion got done performing in her little whorish dance, and after that the Quavo got done talking, they said that people only stayed about 2 or 3 minutes for Kamala's speech, and a lot of people were leaving. That just goes to show you right there what people care about in this country. Right. And it goes to show you. So to answer your question, no, the average American could care less. She could go up into the election without talking, and she will still get a certain level of votes, because the average American, she a black woman, she a Democrat, I'm gonna go vote. That's the only time that they care about politics. Other than that, the average American don't care about no policies. Hey, average American, can you give me a recent? Can you give me any policy? Nobody know anything in this country, to be honest with you. And this is why I say it's important to become a nationalist. A nationalist will at least look things up.